My name is Michael Pacenza, and today is December 15th, 2021. This is a history of an Advent hymn, the Song of Zechariah. We bless you, Adonai, God of Israel, for you have come to visit us and ransom us from bondage. You have brought forth a strong deliverer in the house of your child David. This is what your prophets, holy ones of ancient times, announce: deliverance from enemies and from the hand of all who continually hate us, mercy among our ancestors, and your remembrance of your holy covenant. This is the solemn oath you swore to our ancestor Abraham, to make us unafraid, to rescue us from the hand of enemies, and to serve before in your holiness and righteousness all the days of our lives. And this, my little child, shall be called prophet of the Most High, for he shall go before you, Adonai, to prepare your pathways. He will make your people know your deliverance by the forgiveness of their sins. Through your merciful compassions, our God, you will bring the dawn from on high to visit us, to shine upon those kept in dungeons and the shadows of death, and to guide our feet into the pathway of peace. This translation transfers the persons original Greek to help make clear in English that the entire canticle is addressed to God. I have done this for two reasons. First, in Hebrew and Mediterranean worship generally, it was quite common to offer third-person praise, where the one being praised might be considered too holy or lofty to address directly, or where a particular worship ritual did not involve the people or the priest facing God directly. For example, facing the altar in temple worship. What is important to keep in mind, though, is these cultures understood their third-person praise to be a way of talking to God rather than talking about God. In English and other northern language cultures, we have inherited the tradition of the third-person praise in hymnody and to some degree in ritual, but we are increasingly likely not to interpret it as a praise to God. So, by recasting the Song of Zechariah in this way, I hope, first of all, to help us join the early church is using it to offer our praise to God. Second, as an added benefit of this recasting, male language of God for God is completely avoided, where he appears in this translation and refers to John the Baptist, who was male. One additional note may be helpful. Rather than reproduce the Greek exactly, I have tried to produce an English hymnification of this Greek hymn. Greek hymnody relied on the meter primarily. English, however, relies more on word order and, to a certain degree, formatting. Both also rely on parallelism to a certain degree. This translation is an effort to take all of that into consideration to render an English free verse hymn that does what the original Greek hymn was doing, but in a more English way. The Song of Zechariah is the second great canticle recorded by Luke 1:68 through 79, well known as the Benedictus after its incept in the Latin Vulgate. Zechariah